everybody. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with Pastor Becky. This is another wonderful story, and this one is about friendship. How many of you have really good friends? I hope and pray that you do. Can you remember a time when you first met your friends? Maybe you were walking into a brand new school or moving into a new neighborhood and you'd never been there before. I remember a time I was going into first grade and going to a new school for me. I hadn't gone there for kindergarten, but it seemed like most of the other kids who were in first grade already knew each other from kindergarten. And I can remember as a little Becky wondering if I would make friends. Well, in today's story, there is a similar situation going on with Freddie. Actually, the title of the book is about him. It's Fast Freddie. This is another book in the Adventures of the Sea Kids series at glmpublishing.net. Fast Freddie is written by Leanne Mancini and illustrated by Dan Sharp. As you read this book with me, look for the purple fish symbol and see how many times you can find it. Enjoy today's story called Fast Freddie. Danny raced out the cave door. "Bye, Mom. See you after school," he said. He couldn't wait to see his best friend Joey. They had lived on the same street since they were 2 years old. "I love Miss Mermaid. She's the best teacher," Danny said to Joey as they got on the submarine school bus. "Yeah, she's so nice and smells good," replied Joey. Danny took his seat in class and looked up to see a funny-looking kid next to Miss Mermaid. "This is our new student," she announced to the class. "His name is Freddie. He told me that he feels like a fish out of water, so let's help him find his way around." Freddie silently prayed to Jesus. "Dear Jesus, I pray the kids will like me. Amen." At recess, Freddie sat alone under the hidden reef ledge. "Look, Joey," Danny said. "Freddie has the head of a shark and the body of an octopus." "Yeah," said Joey. "I've never seen anyone like him before. Let's go talk to him." Danny and Joey swam over to Freddie. Freddie looked sad. "You look kind of weird," snickered Danny. The sea kids on the playground started to laugh. Poor Freddie looked like he was going to cry. Just then, Miss Mermaid said, "Recess is over. Let's come inside." All of the sea kids swam inside, sitting as far away from Freddie as they could. Freddie just stared at the floor. He knew that everyone was looking at him. Miss Mermaid stood at the front of the room, not smiling. "Making fun of someone just because he's different isn't nice," she said. "I'm a mermaid. I'm half human and half fish. Don't you like me?" "We love you," shouted Joey. Mr. Seahorse, the janitor, spoke up. "Seahorses are different too. The mother seahorse places her babies in the father's pouch. The babies stay there until they're ready to be born. See, I'm not chubby. I've got babies in my belly." All the sea kids laughed. Miss Mermaid said, "Being different can be very cool." Then Freddie said, "I can swim fast like a shark. I'm also strong like an octopus. In my old school, I was the fastest swimmer and the strongest wrestler." Danny said, "Maybe you could be on our Catfish Cruisers swim team and help us become the champions." "Yeah," said Joey. "The Barracudas from the Sea Creature School win every year. Maybe this year we could win it." The next week, Freddie joined the swim team. Every day at practice, he worked hard and he made many friends. He also helped the Catfish Cruisers win all their races. Meanwhile, the Barracudas won all of their races too. Marcus, their fastest swimmer, swam the halls with his head held high. He thought no one could beat him. "Marcus, you're gonna crush those Catfish Cruisers," said his coach. "Marcus, Marcus, forget the rest. Marcus, Marcus, he's the best," shouted his teammates. Each school put up posters and held pep rallies, waiting for the race of the year between the Catfish Cruisers and the Barracudas. It was the day of the championship race. The stands were full as both schools showed up to cheer for their teams. "The teams will swim 5 races," Coach Crab announced. "The school that wins the most races will win the championship." The Barracudas won the first and third races, while the Catfish Cruisers won the second and fourth. The last race would determine who would be the champions, and it was between the 2 best swimmers, Freddie and Marcus. Coach Crab blew his whistle. Marcus took off like a rocket, leaving a cloud of sand behind him. "See you later, slowpoke," Marcus said to Freddie. Then Freddie took off after him. "Why did Freddie give Marcus a head start?" asked Joey. "I hope he knows what he's doing," replied Danny. Freddie was behind Marcus, but as they turned the corner, Freddie could hear his teammates shout, "Faster, faster, Freddie, you can do it!" Freddie had a burst of energy and was now ahead of Marcus. Freddie zoomed over the finish line, his octopus arms waving in victory. The Catfish Cruisers had won the championships for the first time. The Sea Kids from Blue Ocean School raced towards Freddie. "You did it," they cheered. "Fast Freddie, fast Freddie, he's the best," they all shouted as they carried him off the track. Freddie was told he would be getting the award for the most valuable player. He shouted, "Getting an award will be great, but having friends is even better. I love my new school and all my new friends." That night, Freddie knelt by his bed and bowed his head and prayed this prayer. "Dear Jesus, thank you for making me so different and special, and thank you for my new friends. Amen." The next day, everyone gathered for a team party at the Bubble Trouble Pizza Parlor. The whole team was there to celebrate. Coach Crab was handing out the awards and said, "Let's gather for a team picture." Everyone sat around Freddie, and the team trophy was placed front and center. That was a party they would always remember. Yay for Fast Freddie, and yay for the friends that he was making. Oh, I'm so glad that God answered his prayer and helped him to make new friends. And I'm glad that his friends were accepting. You know, he may have looked different, but when you think about it, we're all different. We're all unique. We are all special. So we should not look at the differences as a way of helping us decide if we should make friends or shouldn't. We should be kind and accepting to everyone, shouldn't we? Everybody needs a friend, and you can be someone's best friend. Just be open and accepting of them. And I think it's important to remember that God is always with you. The verse that goes along with Fast Freddie is from Isaiah 43:5. It says, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." That's God talking. If you're walking into a brand new school year, a brand new classroom, or if you've moved into a brand new neighborhood, or if you're joining a brand new team or doing something new and you might feel alone, just remind yourself, I'm never alone. God is always with me. Here's the Storytime Challenge. I would like you to write out the words to Isaiah 43:5 They're pretty short. It's not very many words. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Write this out somewhere where you will see it. Put it somewhere, maybe on the door of your bedroom. Maybe you want to put it on your backpack for the school year. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. And then I want you to work on memorizing it, even turning it into a prayer. Dear God, help me to not be afraid. Help me to remember that you are with me. Take that verse in your head and in your heart everywhere you go. And hopefully it'll remind you that God is in your head and your heart everywhere that you go too. And I want to challenge you too, as we're walking into a new school year, to make new friends. Look for the kids who are sitting outside by themselves, or maybe off in a corner, and be friends to them. It's a great opportunity to share God's love and to help someone else to feel better too. And you get a friend. Wow. So back to my first grade experience. Yes, I walked in as a brand new kid, didn't know anyone. I didn't even know any kids in our neighborhood because we had just moved there. And I made such great friends. Some of them I still talk to today. God also was with me as I walked into that classroom, and God will be with you wherever you go. Let me pray for you. Dear God, thank you for this story of Fast Freddy, and thank you for the way that it taught us to trust you, to pray to you, and Lord, it taught us too about the importance of accepting others and being a good friend. And Lord, thank you for this Bible verse too, that you are with us wherever we go. Amen. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here for another episode of Storytime with Pastor Becky. Bye.